Hey everyone, in this video, I will teach you how to become less emotionally reactive, more detached in healthy ways, and unbothered by external triggers. So, number one, understand your triggers. Emotional reactivity often stems from unprocessed trauma and wounds from childhood. So, keep a journal to identify patterns when you feel reactive. Note the situation, note the emotion, note how it feels in your body, note the type of people, places, and situations that trigger emotional reactivity. Number two, practice self attunement. In my book, The Five Self Love Languages, I talk about developing a strong connection with yourself that helps you recognize emotion and regulate emotion. So, when a part of you is emotional, you will practice self attunement to pause and ask yourself, what am I feeling right now? Name that emotion, validate it with compassion. If I feel hurt because somebody betrayed me, and I see myself suffering and it hurts. I've been through a lot and it's endless suffering. Name your pain. Then, number three, cultivate mindful detachment. Now, detachment, and in my book, I have a whole chapter on how to detach. And detachment does not mean you stop caring, it means you stop over identifying with every situation. You stop going down the rabbit hole and sulking and holding on to things for days. So, there are techniques and practices that you can use, such as staying in the present moment, strengthening your nervous system, observing thoughts without judgment, and letting them pass as clouds. Now, these healthy techniques come with practice. I know because I've been practicing this for years with myself, my clients, and it takes a long time for us to rewire our nervous system to healthily detach with love. And then it becomes a lifestyle. So set boundaries with confidence. Now, there is no shame in prioritizing your own well-being. So you've got to put boundaries in place to protect your peace, to reduce emotional overwhelm. Because if you are already overwhelmed, a small trigger will set you off. You will become emotionally reactive at the smallest things if you're already carrying the burden of the past. So say no a lot more than you say yes. Say, I'll think about it, I'll let you know, without over explaining. You only owe things to yourself, you owe things to your God, maybe your children, but that's it. All other humans can wait. You've got to protect yourself first. Then, number five, use somatic techniques like yoga and a lot of EMDR, and then tapping. There's so many techniques you can, breath work, you can use to release this trauma of the past that is stored in your body. Because this trauma that's stored in your body is the reason of emotional reactivity. You're not stupid, you're not crazy, you are not too much, you are not emotional nutcase. No, it's the trauma that's living in your body dysregulates you easily. That's why you are so emotionally reactive. So engage in grounding exercises, go to the beach, go to the nature a lot, put your feet in on floor, have a spiritual practice, shake tension out of your body. Start your day with rituals honoring yourself and grounding in universe, and make conscious contact with God every single day so you feel supported, you feel grounded. Then reframe. Number six, reframe your perspective. Shifting your mindset will help you reduce the power that triggers have over you. Instead of thinking, why does this always happen to me? Think about, what can I learn from this and how can I make sure that I have learned the lesson so the lesson does not keep repeating itself. Number seven, very important, Practice living with emotional neutrality. When an emotion overwhelms you, let it pass through your body without attaching a story, without going into the whys and the hows, right? So let it pass, and then later on, when you feel triggered, pause, take deep breaths, remind yourself, I am safe. I do not need to react immediately. Wait till the emotional reactivity or blame passes, right? So wait, pause as long as you need to take time, pause. Number 8, invest in self-love. I have a whole book on that. Invest in self-love, self-worth. Invest your time, money, energy. Learn to love yourself. Learn to speak the 5 self-love languages to yourself every moment of every day. What are the 5 self-love languages? Self-attunement, which I talk about how to get to know every single part of you. I teach you how to get to know your addictions, your inner child, your inner critic. Learn to love every single part of you, and then learn to speak compassionately to yourself. Learn the skill of self-forgiveness, which is the 3rd self-love language. Then 4th is learn to self-parent. See, feeling unbothered is the result of all of these skill sets that you have practiced over and over again. Then you've got to engage in daily emotional regulation exercises and practices. So in my book, I also talk about all the practices that you can do on a daily. 5 to 10 minutes in the morning, maybe a few minutes in the afternoon, maybe a few in the evening if you really try to get into it. 3 times a day, maybe 10-15 minutes a day, meditation, yoga, stretching, fascia massage, right? Connection with your body will bring you inner peace because you trust yourself to not abandon yourself, right? Number 10, seek safety. Safety in your body, safety in your inner environment. Seek safety, create safety in your outer environment. Seek safety in your relationships. Relationships that you're in should help you feel safe, not dysregulate you constantly, right? So if you're in relationships and you cannot escape, maybe you're in a relationship with a narcissist, a toxic person, an immature person, a dysfunctional person. So seek safety, to create safety. That should be your priority, right? So healing happens in relationships, but in safe, healthy relationships. So seek out safe people. Then number 11 is, I started with this, with visual detachment. I imagined myself and I saw myself detaching from the narcissist who was hurting my work, hurting me at work. For example, I detached myself, so they did not have emotional hold on me. Their manipulative tactics did not get me riled up, but then you have to strategically exit, right? And then prioritize. Number 12, and this is the biggest advice I can give you, focus on what uplifts you. Focus on what brings you joy, peace, and then write about gratitude. Focus on gratitude. Focus on do a gratitude practice morning and afternoon, evening, right? So these strategies are rooted in trauma-informed psychology and can empower you to create emotional boundaries and help you find calm, center, and reclaim your life from the grip of past childhood trauma or current narcissistic abuse. Good luck.